Hi there and welcome to the SHD channel. Today we are at Teamsport in Watford. Now we decided to visit this location as we are frequently in the area and had tried Dunstable previously, but I thought we'd give this track a go and see if we preferred it. Spoiler, we didn't. Now the track isn't necessarily bad, but it doesn't spark joy like other tracks do. Now the staff at Watford were brilliant and they're super friendly. And Swifitie and I were approached by staff right away to offer us advice on lines and braking points and gave us an idea on what target times we could expect for our first visit. Now this track is roughly 500 metres long and set over 2 floors and uses the new electric carts that Teamsport have been rolling out. And honestly the missus and I are rather fond of them because they are very forgiving and we are absolutely shit. Now the first race I have the camera and I managed to keep up with Swifitie for the whole race without issue. Usually as soon as there is a straight, and because she is the better driver, she is able to get away from me without issue. But this track doesn't offer any fast straights, which makes it easier for me to stay with her. And in this session there were only 3 of us, so there wasn't much going on in this race. As we get going, I am trying to gauge how slippy this track is, and I have to say it does make Crawley seem grippy. Now we get going again, and I let the guy behind me pass because there's no point in holding up his race, and then just continue to spend the rest of this session trying to get a decent lap in. Now I do like the fact that with this track it seems that before the up ramp and on the down ramp they've added that little bit of tarmac section just to help with grip, which obviously if you've been to Crawley you'll see that you don't have that on the down ramp and it really creates a lot of chaos for some people. So that little bit of traction there where it's needed the most I think works in its favour here. Now after a while I did try to make a pass on Swifitie, but only managed to give her a smack from behind. And she does probably tell me off for this. There's the finger. And that is the end of the first session. And for some reason these pits seem very narrow and they have a tyre poking out the side, which just seems to mess up your entry trying to get into your parking spots. Now I'm coming to the second session. Swifitie now has the camera, so we're seeing it from her point of view. And there's a junior session that is happening before us and she doesn't quite happen to catch it, but as the final flag for them, wave the checker flag from the juniors, you have one kid who just comes barreling down, overtaking 2 other people and just almost crashes his way into the pit lane. So you end up with marshals just having an absolute hissy fit at that poor kid. Now again, much the same, because there's only 3 of us in the session, there's not really much going on in this race. We did have one of the staff members join in as well. It was nice of them, they asked us if we were happy for staff to join us on the track, and obviously we're not going to say no to that, especially being so few of us on the track. Now, Swifitie doesn't know it at this point, but it seems that the kart that I had in this session was absolutely slow. Obviously on the first session I was able to keep up with her without issue, and on this second session I ended up being ages behind her. It seemed that I just couldn't get it to steer and the power just seemed absolutely off. And believe it or not, I actually ended up with a worse time than my first lap around on my first session, which was hard to believe. Overall, it's a nice little track just to come to as a little bit of a difference, and considering that we used the race again vouchers for it, it didn't feel like too much of a loss. But it doesn't spark too much joy from the track. There's no real elements to it which makes it a memorable place to come to visit. Obviously for us, we normally are frequently in Brighton, Crawley and London Docklands, and all three of those have a nice little aspect about the track that really makes you want to come back for more. And unfortunately with Watford, it just doesn't seem to have anything about it which is really strikingly just makes you want to come back. But it was nice to come here, just to tick it off our list, as we're trying to get through as many Teamsport locations as we can this year. And as we're normally always in Milton Keynes, we just wanted somewhere that we could visit as part of the Teamsport chain. And coming in again, we just both seem to crash going into this pit lane. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Look, carts are fixable, humans. Sorry, well, I mean, according to the NHS, they're fixable, but.
Cheers.
Just hold it straight, mate. Makes it a little easier for me to push you. Because I am lazy as
I don't know why we both keep doing it.
Well, guys, take a feel for pedals, stand up.